And believe me, you all know everything. You're an enlightened, you're in such an enlightened environment with such lovely teachers and in such a lovely college and with such lovely gurus around you. But still, you are the torch bearers of of the ambassadors of our mental health day, of what WHO has put forth. So I'm not going to talk to you as someone you who I'm talking to some novice. No, I'm talking to a very enlightened group of students, and you're our torch bearers. You will take the message forward. So actually what happens is that mental health, mental health is like so many of you all just said, stigma, and there's a lot of labeling. So we'll just take it up and actually WHO, first, health as such, health was just referred to physical health. We all thought health is feeling good, looking good, feeling healthy. Physical illness was what we all referred to. Being physically fit was health. But then WHO said no, holistically health has a different definition. So they said health encompasses a lot many things. It's our physical health, of course. It's also our mental and our emotional health. And on top of it, it's our social health. And it's also, we now have also added another pillar. And I would say there's a lot of spiritual health also added to the holistic meaning of health. So being healthy is just being physically fit and, being very active and being very muscular or going to the gym. That is one part of it. The other part of it is a lot of mental wellness, is a lot of emotional strength, like Zainab Daw has just told you. It also encompasses a lot of, social health, how your relationships and how you're feeling amongst people and your rapport with them. And of course, spiritually, spirituality is an added pillar which I always add to health, because that sort of gives you the power to stay grounded and to feel connected to something which is, there to help you tide through the things when they get very rough and tough. So having said that, mental illness and mental wellness, as you all know, just one difference, W. Add W and it becomes wellness, and remove W and add an I, it becomes illness. What is illness and what is mental wellness? So mental illness is when you are not, you're okay, you may be physically fit and fine, but somehow you're feeling bad, you're feeling sad, you're feeling low, and you're not feeling capable enough to face the problems which are going to come to you in day-to-day life. So that is mental illness. Okay, if that is there, you need to just gear up and just oil up your resources and make yourself more fit and fine. So it's no big deal. Everybody goes through these phases of mental illness. There's highs and lows. It's just that we should know the way to get back onto the rails again. We have skipped off the rails. We are onto the we are out of the rails, but we have to gear ourselves up and come back to the rails again. That is going from illness to wellness, and everybody, all of us can do it. It's in our hands. Am I audible and visible, Mohammed? Okay, right. Okay. So having said that, illness is okay. You're feeling low and you feel, oh, I can't do it, I'm not able. And stresses, stresses are something which have been there. It's a part of our life. It's been there from ages. It's only now that it's become a little more eminent and prominent with COVID-19, because of these stresses which were there previously. There is a fear of losing our lives or our well-being, or the lives or the well-being of our near and dear, because of this virus. And the fear of, and there's a lot of isolation added to it, social isolation. So all this has compounded our fear, and this has compounded our misery and made made us all more mentally unwell. So, now having said that, these are the problems. Now this virus which I'm talking about, which has added up to our illness and compounded it, this is such a tiny minute virus, and it has been said, I read it somewhere, that the whole of the virus all over the world, if you go and weigh it up, it's not going to be more than 1 gram. So 1 gram of this virus causing such a havoc in everyone's lives, But the good part is the good part is, the good news is that it's a preventable disease. It's a preventable disease, and with proper precautionary measures, the 3 SMS which our PM has just said, are masks, and our sanitization, our masks, and our social distancing. With these three things well in place, we can cope with it, So having said that, the fear of getting infected or losing our lives or losing our loved ones should just vanish, because you are doing the right thing, taking precautions. So World Mental Health Day today, as Zainab has just told you, it is spreading awareness that it's mental health for all, because everyone is facing a some sort of mental illness today. In form of fear, in form of anxiety, in form of depression. There are rates of suicides have gone up. A lot of drug abuse has been increased. A lot of social isolation is there. Depression has increased. Children are also not very happy, irritated, frustrated. They're out of school. So the youth are fearing their studies, their careers. The people a little more older than the youth are worried about their pay scales, about their jobs, about their family. The elderly are fearing their health because they have a lower immunity, so they are trying to boost it up. So this problem is there in all. So therefore, World Mental Health Day today has come up, that we have to spread this awareness that it's mental health for all, irrespective of age, irrespective of sex, caste, creed, everything. But as Zainab just said, that the first thing of mental wellness starts with I. If I am healthy, like when you go out in an aeroplane, or you're out flying, the first information that you get is when you feel restless, that oxygen mask comes out, wear it yourself. Only when you are stable can you look after your children and your family. Similarly, only when you are happy, when you are stress-free, when you are mentally strong and physically capable, will you be able to look after your family. So start with your I, because everyone's life revolves around three things: I, my work, and my family. So when we ask people who come to us for therapy, how do you rate these three things in your life? Everybody says, I love my family, so my family comes first. Somebody says my work comes first, and everybody is bringing your I, myself, to the third level. And if I am not well myself, if I am unhappy, how can I spread happiness or well-being to others? So therefore, bring back, and what do you do to be happy and to be strong? So as you know, holistic health is physical well-being. So the need of the hour today is to be physically fit, and to be physically fit, you have to eat right, you have to eat right, you have to sleep well, you have to exercise. And these are the three parameters which will help boost up your immunity in your physical areas. What is immunity? Immunity is like those soldiers fighting up there on the borders, they are preventing the outside enemy to come into the country. So those soldiers there that is the immunity of our body. It will not allow a bacteria or a virus to enter, or any foreign material to enter your body. It will fight it, it will kill it if it is strong. So there will be no harm. So physically fit, eat well, sleep well, exercise, because a lot of hormones are and of course be in the company of good people, be in brightly lit rooms, and etc. So physically fit you have to be to boost up your immunity. But on top of it, health also encompasses think well. So mentally fit, and that mental illness, because everybody has taught us right from the childhood how to be physically fit. Always our parents have been telling us, eat this, don't eat this, and we've been taught about balanced food in school, and we've been taught about a good diet, a balanced diet, and proteins and carbs and water, and we know how to eat well. But mentally fit, has anybody ever taught us how to think well? It's coming up now. This generation today is a lucky generation. I always keep saying this, because when we were younger, when we were studying, nobody ever spoke to us about mental health. Nobody ever spoke to us about mental health or how to think well. Today also, parenting, when we take up workshops, we are telling parents and we are telling older children to talk to their younger children, friends or their siblings about how to think well. So eat well, think right, because thinking right is the foundation of your well-being. So if you are in a positive, in a good atmosphere with positive friends, if your thought system is positive, and what is the meaning of think right? What is the meaning of be positive? It simply means that you have to work on your belief systems and keep a happy frame of mind. Actually, your mind is either happy or it's unhappy. When you're unhappy, you're stressed, anger, stressed, irritation, whatever, or you're happy. And when you're happy, you're thinking right. So what is that thinking right? That is that you are in the present moment. You're not saying what will happen tomorrow. Oh my God, this may happen tomorrow. Oh my God, I spilled the milk yesterday and I'm such a fool. You're not either in the past or in the future. You're in the present and you're busy there. You're physically active and you're mentally involved in whatever. Hello? Hello? The video has paused. Hello, am I audible? Hello, Mohammed? Am I? Okay. Ab theek hai? Yeah. So the way to go forward and to meet this challenge which is facing us today, exaggerating our stress levels, is the way to forward is to think right and be in a happy mental frame of mind yourself, keeping your eye first. Keeping that in mind, what I want to tell you is that be in the present moment, try to be it. And like you find friends, or you find, because this is a monkey mind, this is just chattering away and this is just going, it loves. And your brain, your mind is such a thing that it loves to procrastinate. It loves not to work. It's like a very naughty child. It loves to go into the future or it loves to go into the past, because it knows that if it is in the present, it will have to work. So it doesn't want to work. I mean, that you have to understand. So you have to bring it into the present moment. Whenever your thoughts are going that what will happen, because future is a lot of anxiety and past is a lot of sadness and depression. So the way to be happy is to be involved. Like just now when I'm talking, I'm totally 100% into the present. So talk more, be in the present moment. And when you're talking, talk to friends who are happy. And if you have friends who are talking their problems, give them solutions. So from problems, go to solutions. This is the second way of being happy. So stop discussing, stop discussing COVID. Discuss the solution. What do we have to do? Very simple, prevent yourself. As doctors, we have been facing with umpteen diseases. There has been AIDS. The AIDS had come up some year ago. HIV virus. Now that is so infectious. That was there whenever we were operating or, working with the fluids of patients. We learned to take precautionary measures. Still, there's no vaccine against this. So we wear a number of gloves and operate whenever we have to operate. So prevention is the only way of cure. It's always better than cure. So take preventive measures. So that is the solution. So whenever somebody is scared or depressed or worried, talk of the solution. No, this will happen. So this is the way forward and nothing will happen. Everything is going to be fine. So therefore, being in the present moment, being in the company of happy people as much as you can, and talking of solutions, and of course, very, very important, brain is like a sponge. The brain actually, what is a brain and a mind? Speaking technology, brain is like a computer, the hardware, the computer, and the mind is the software in it, right? So the mind does the thinking part of it, and the brain is what you see when you see the hemispheres and all, when you see the structure of the brain. So that mind which is working is creating all those thoughts, which are 80% are nonsensical thoughts, because they are either of the past or of the future, and it loves to wander, as I told you. So you have to bring those thoughts back, and you can bring your thoughts back into the present moment. So stop discussing or what other people are thinking, because no mechanism or machinery has been made which can tell you what the other person is thinking. Until and unless he tells that to you, you will never know what he's thinking. So why waste time? Because half the time we are wasting on discussing people and what they are thinking about us. So bring your focus back onto you. What do I have to do? What do I have to give to society? So happiness is being positive, and it is giving back to society also. So try to be a giver rather than a taker. And you don't have to give money and means to people or to be a giver. You can even share your knowledge, your information. You can share your happiness. That is the biggest giving you can give to someone who doesn't have it. So you just have to talk, and for that you need knowledge and awareness. This is what World Health Day is telling. It's mental health for all, and spread it as much as you can. And of course, no labeling and no stigma. No labeling and no stigma. What does that mean? That means don't say वो पागल है या मैं पागल हूँ. क्या कि तुम पागल हो गए हो? अरे तुम depressed हो? अरे तुम्हें क्या हो गया? पागल हो जाओगे. This is all labeling. This immediately the person moves away. He feels it's something really horrible. It's a disease. It's an illness which is treatable. It is preventable and treatable. Stress, anxiety, depression, illness. So you just don't label a person. You can say कि अरे you're fine. पर्सन को अपलिफ्ट करो, जो तुम्हारा फ्रेंड है, जो भी तुम्हारा नियर एंड डियर है, जो तुम्हें लगता है जिसको तुमने हेल्प करना है. अपलिफ्ट द पर्सन एंड टेल हिम यू आर वेरी गुड, यू आर एक्सीलेंट, बट ओके ये छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम्स है कि तुम बहुत ज़्यादा ना आगे का सोच रहे हो. सो कम बैक टू द प्रेजेंट मोमेंट. और ये टेक्निक है प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में आने की. और चलो हम लोग सोल्यूशन के बारे में डिस्कस करें. अरे सब ठीक है. यू नो व्हेन यू टॉक टू समवन लाइक दैट, you are spreading happiness. So this is giving. So as I said, I haven't prepared my speech, because there was nothing to prepare in these talks. So it's all extempo. So please come up with a lot of questions and all, So this is what my daily, what I'm seeing in life, which I'm giving back, So this is giving. And another way of, as I said, labeling. So don't label. Don't tell anyone pagalo. Nobody is pagal. It is just that the person is okay, but he has a thinking process which needs a little bit of realignment. So that realignment can be by you if you can do it, or he may need medical help from a medical professional like me and Zena, or a psychiatrist. So, and what do what do? We just talk and bring him back into the way of thinking positive. And maybe a little bit of medicine, that is fine. We are all taking medicines. So medicines with the doctor's prescriptions. There's no stigma to it. Like cold and cough, like fever, similarly with a little bit of stress, anxiety or depression, it's the same thing. And don't label, and don't, because that adds stigma to it. If you feel that you have a friend around you who is not coming to college, who is into drugs, supposing, maladaptive coping, because I'll just tell you something about drug abuse also. So if you find a friend who's very lonely, who's very quiet, who is not what he used to be, or who has changed behavior mechanism, these things, just be aware. But don't go and talk about him to other people and say, oh, he's like this, oh, he's like that. Is stigma. So don't label the person. Just realize he needs help and go to him and empower him and tell him it's all fine, and try to take him to a mental health professional, or, talk to his parents about it, keeping in mind, but keeping him empowered. Otherwise, he'll withdraw from you. He'll not come to you for help or listen to you. So that is very, very important. There is no stigma, and just go out and get help, because even I need it. Even everybody needs counseling. Nobody is perfect in this world, And we are all trying to move towards perfection. Maybe somebody is 25%, somebody is 30, somebody is 35. Age appropriate bhi badhte rehte hain. But nobody is perfect. Only God is perfect. So everybody needs help. And we are there for each other, holding each other's hands. And it is the awareness and knowledge about how to help is the need of the hour. This is the theme, mental health for all. So first of all, to realize that a person needs help, you should know that these are the signs. So what are the signs of mental illness? You feel that a person needs help. As I said, he's very sad. He's more sad than he used to be. He's isolated. He's not coming out. He's not sleeping well, or he's sleeping too much. He's not eating at all, or he's eating too much, or he's talking a lot of negative talk, or maybe that has gone to a more a higher level of depression, which has to be diagnosed by a doctor, not us, not any friend. You have to take him to a doctor. If he's hopeless, if he's feeling helpless, if he's feeling worthless, if he's talking of death, if he's talking of running away, if he's saying life has no value, if he starts giving away his things, these are all signs of depression and suicide and all, you know. So if you find people of such, that is mental illness, they need help, go forward, be there for them, and take them to people who can help them recover. So mental illness and mental wellness. Wellness is when you're able to find help for all the stresses or the problems you have, and you're able to cope adaptively. Now let me come to this, and then I think I have taken, I do have another few minutes, Mohammed. Yeah, so I'll come to coping, you know, maladaptive. So coping means how to find solutions to your problem. So and that is learned over the years, and everybody is improving. As I said, nobody is perfect. So many times, even we are not able to cope up with so many problems. So we take help. We talk to our family members. We read materials. So we try to take help and try to move ahead. So coping is either adaptive. That is adaptive coping, taking help, reading, improving yourself to find solution to a problem. That is adaptive coping, and we all should learn to do it, and we are all should improve our coping mechanisms day by day. The other aspect of coping is unhealthy coping, which is maladaptive coping. Maladaptive coping is that when I am not able to find a healthy solution to my problem, so I try to forget about the problem. That problem appears very big to me, and I feel totally hopeless, and I'm not able to cope with it. So I go and take some drugs, you know. So what those drugs do, they'll give me a momentary relief. I'll forget that problem for some time, and I'll feel very euphoric and happy. But or alcohol, if I take alcohol, I'll forget about the problem for some time. I'll feel very stimulated and jubilant. But then, is that a rational solution? Because the problem is still there. And whenever you come out of that, of the effects of that drugs or that alcohol, whatever, you again have to face it. So again, you won't be able to face it, and you have become physically and mentally weaker because of the drugs you've consumed. So again, you won't be able to face it all the more, so you'll take more drugs. So gradually from drug abuse, you'll go into drug addiction, because you have not been able to find solutions to your problems, or maybe it is under peer pressure. Oh, he's doing it and he looks so smart while doing it, so I can do it. Or maybe it is due to you know, modeling. You've seen it at home, or you've taken it up from the film stars or from the cine world or whatever. So all that is maladaptive coping. Drugs are poisonous. Drugs are bad. Drug abuse is the initial stage when you take it just to find solace, or in peer pressure, or to appear very great and glorified. You take it, but remember, some people, and it's maladaptive coping again, but some people, when they take it initially, maybe for the first time or the second time, that is voluntary. They take it on their own. They take it because they want to take it. And that is the time that if they are strong enough inside, their self-esteem, they have taken counseling, they've spoken, they are aware, they will, and they are assertive. They will say no to it, maybe the second time or the third time, or maybe the first time. No, I don't want it. I can do without it. It's bad for me. That quality you have to develop in yourself, your assertive skill to say no. And that comes with your self-esteem. They all go hand in glove. So self-esteem comes with your affirmations that, oh, I'm good, I'm great, I'm powerful, I can find solutions. So your positive self-talk leads to your high self-esteem. And a person in high self-esteem will not go into maladaptive coping. He'll find healthy solutions to his problems. So what happens is that when you find healthy solutions to your problems, you move ahead in life, and of course you're ready to fly off. You know that problems are challenges, you'll find solutions. But if you give in, you may go into drug abuse. If you are again strong enough and you have again, you know, come back to your own powerful self, you'll say no to it the second time. Because at that time, it's a voluntary and you can say no. And you can come out of it. You've said, I've experimented, or I've done it, I'm not taking it again, finished. But if some people are not able to do it, so they take it the third time and the fourth time, and they keep on taking it, and it leads to addictions. And addiction is a pathological, that brain of yours gets that gets diseased. It's a pathological condition of the mind. Then that needs medical treatment and rehab centers, and that's a different story again. So we are not going to go into addictions. We are not going to go into abuse, drug abuse. We are going to say no to drugs. We don't want to have short time measures to find solutions to our problems. We are going to be strong enough and rational and logical, with good friends, with good surroundings, with a lot of self-esteem, with a lot of confidence, and we are going to find solutions to our problems and spread this awareness wherever we go. This is called adaptive coping, and this is mental wellness. So it's very, very easy. Whenever you fluctuate and go into a little bit of mental illness, come back to your wellness with your positive self-talk. That is wonderful. Early morning, just get up and tell yourself, I'm great, I'm good, I'm powerful, I can, no matter what. You have problems, you write them down in a paper, and if find solutions to them or take help for them, whatever it is. Fear, insecurity, all comes with this monkey mind when it creates stories and pictures of things which are not there, of the future. So the only solution is to come out of your fears and phobias is try to be as much as into the present moment as possible and be a giver of information and read good stuff. Last but not the least, your emotional diet. Very, very important. Physical diet, we all know. You know how to eat, what to eat and what not to eat. That is your immunity, builds up your immunity. But your emotional diet, what to see, what to hear, and what to see in the social media and these films, and how much of it to filter off and not imbibe, is all going to improve your eye and your mental wellness. So be very careful of what you're reading and how you're consuming, what sort of information you're consuming. Go to good sites, read good material, positive material. Just skip through all the nonsense of these messages and all which are coming, which you feel are not, because your emotional diet creates your thoughts, and your thoughts create who you are, because as you think, so you feel, and so you are. So I think I've covered quite a bit of it, and I'm more of a talking person, so please come up with your queries, and also I would love to be interactive, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about, I'd love to share that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Zainab. Yeah.